So we'll call together a public meeting here. It's Tuesday, May 27th in the year 2014. We'll just have a mini public meeting here, but we're going to adopt the agenda nonetheless. There's only one item on it. Yeah, Councillor Latimer, Councillor Salt. And we're going to go into, we're looking to receive public comment on this. This is a public hearing for the Street Vendor Permit 2 application from the Funky Goat Eatery. And the public proceeding will proceed as follows. Corporate Officer Hutchins will provide an overview of the Street Vendor 2 permit application. All letters received from the public regarding the application will be briefly summarized. Written comments may also be submitted at this time if everybody wants to bring your comments up right now. Third, comments from the public will be heard by council. Because there's about 150 people here, we'll just do it one by one. At the following council meeting, council will, and that's like tonight, council will consider the application in detail and pass a resolution in that regard. So if you can briefly introduce the Street Vendor Permit 2 application.
Okay, thank you. So under our new street vendor bylaw that council passed just last month, the new requirement for street vendors who are seeking a permanent alternative location other than the 4 that are designated in the bylaw is to apply to council for what we're calling the Street Vendor 2 permit. The best way to think of the Street Vendor 2 permit is very similar to the temporary use permit, where it came to council already once for consideration. Council gave initial approval and directed staff to proceed with notices and advertisements. So all the surrounding properties received letters of what the Funky Goat Eatery is looking for, and it was advertised in the paper, and then this meeting was scheduled. To quickly sum up the request, Dave Grant from the Funky Goat Eatery is looking to park at 1200/1210 Fifth Avenue, 7 days a week from 7 in the morning to 11 p.m. He's looking to connect to the electricity grid. He's looking to have 2 picnic tables and planter boxes, and that's it. Well, as you said, council will deal with that later tonight, but the gist is that we have not had any written comments received for or against since it was advertised and notices were received.
Okay. Great. So we're going to call for questions and comments regarding the permit. So we're going to open the floor. Please restrict your comments to the matter at hand. State your name and address for the record. Don't be intimidated or intimidate. And basically that's it. This public hearing is an opportunity for us to hear concerns regarding this. So I'm going to open the comments. Do we have a comment? Okay, I'm going to call. Oh, yep.
My name is Dave Grant, obviously. I live at 1408 Howard Road in Valemount. So I'm the owner of Funky Goat Eatery, as you well know. Thanks for obviously passing the bylaw. I don't think I got into actually thank everybody. Second of all is that, of course, I'm trying to be in the downtown location, and I'd like to leave my 2 picnic tables there overnight. Maybe possibly put in some planter boxes just throughout the summer, spruce it up a little bit, make it a little more friendly. Beyond that, just nice to see the downtown with the heartbeat again. You know, Mike's getting his patio, as you well know, and people are sort of hanging out around outside, and it's more of a group environment now, which is kind of nice to sort of see that people are hanging around as opposed to just getting in and getting out. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks, and I'm all for it.
Okay. Excellent. Okay. I'll call for comments. Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
Paul Johnson, 1115 9th Avenue. Just like to say how nice it is. It's not a complaint. How nice it is to see Dave there. And I think it's great to have the picnic tables and planters. And I do see lots of people hanging around, and it's definitely nicer than looking at an empty parking lot.
Okay. Fair enough.
Thanks, Paul. Janelle Beeson, 1100 Cypress Road. I also support Dave's request to have picnic tables out there, and I really also love seeing all the people downtown, and I think it'd be really nice having them there even when he's not open, just to have somewhere to sit for people that are walking by, so it's a great idea.
Okay,
Yeah.
very good. Okay, everybody has to make a comment now. Over 50% here. All right, I'm going to call for comments a second time and call for comments a third time. Okay, and this concludes the public hearing. I declare the meeting adjourned. Yeah. We need to receive the public comment. Councillor Salt, Councillor Bullock, thank you for being understanding. And I guess we'll get a motion to adjourn. Councillor Salt, Councillor Bullock. All in favor? Great.
Sorry, I didn't see that one coming quite so fast.
That's okay. We're just adjourned. Okay. We'll call the regular council meeting to order. And the vision of Valemount is striving for a vibrant and balanced community. And our mission is to serve the community and embrace opportunity. And hopefully, if you look really, really closely, you'll be able to see us doing that tonight. First order of business is to adopt the agenda. And are there any amendments? And I believe that there are.
There's one amendment, your worship, yeah.
Okay. I'll just take a second to get my papers in order here. So we have one amendment, and
It's the request from the museum, and it can go under new business.
okay, excellent. So can we have a councillor move an amendment? Councillor Blanchette, Councillor Salt. All in favor of the amendment? Okay. And moving the whole agenda, I'll get Councillor Blanchette and Councillor Bullock. All in favor? Thank you. Good. Alrighty, so we've got that new item in new business. Don't let me forget about it here. The matter of the previous minutes. Motion to adopt. Councillor Salt, Councillor Latimer. Anything there? All in favor? Okay, they're adopted just like that. All of the minutes are of course found online, so you can actually see a recording of every council meeting if you want. So, first bit of business here is just the reading file. Is there anything that anybody wanted to pull out? The reading file? No? Okay, motion to receive. Councillor Bullock, Councillor Salt, all in favor? Great. Okay. We'll move through to bylaws and policies, okay. So, DVP, Development Variance Permit 0614. There's a recommendation from staff that council authorize staff to prepare and issue Development Variance Permit 0614 to allow for the relaxation of setback requirements to 1 meter on the east side of 1410 Grenfell Place as per the drawings of the woodshed presented by the applicant. Now, I think that is totally adequate, but I'd like to have a conversation with council about a potential future complication, and I think we can handle it. I think we just need to speak to the, rather let the owners know. If you don't mind, before we have it on the floor even, I'll just sort of present my thinking on this. After last council meeting, I had a conversation with somebody who used to be on the fire department, and they suggested that having it so close, actually came up in public hearing too, to a woodshed is actually, it is an issue. It's been like that. I think I'm not prepared to go and make them change it or whatever, but what I see into the future is, let's at least let them know that we're working towards this 2 meter thing from the fence. So the woodshed, okay. If they plan to rebuild the garage, let's let them know that we'd like it to be 2 meters from the fence and get things lined up. So we don't want to set up a precedent for a slippery slope kind of thing where everybody, if you've got something within 1 meter, go into the future. So it sort of respects what they've done, but
The woodshed's already in place?
the woodshed is in place, yeah. But the garage, I'm told, yeah, it's not that, we just need to set up people's expectations, right? So if they decide to build a new garage for whatever reason, that we'd like it to be, respect the 2 meter setbacks. So, Councillor Salt?
Have we received any public feedback at all? Thank you.
Yeah, only what was said at the public hearing that we were all there for, just that comment. Yeah. So, if council is, council, what do you feel?
Can the shed be moved? I mean, if we know that this is a fire hazard, shouldn't it be moved? Like, am I missing something? I mean, I feel really bad that it's already done, but knowing that this is dangerous and it's a possible fire hazard, and we're already saying, you know, hey, if you're gonna do your garage, you know, shouldn't the woodshed be moved? I know it's a lot of work, but
So I'll just get staff to ask, like, based on the discussion that we had at the last meeting, probably a conversation was had with the proponent, and
Yeah, that's a great
we
question.
had them come to us with a development variance.
The way it worked as of council's last recommendation was that council was in support of the development variance permit. And when the letters go to the public, it's notifying the public of council's intention to issue the permit. So council's already essentially on the same page through its last resolution. That said, that there's nothing to say that, you know, new information can't change the way council decides to act, and this is, you know, fire's a big issue, obviously. And so council has that prerogative to change course, but the communication with the applicant is that council was in support and has therefore authorized staff to send letters. That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, if I could add to the conversation, I think your point is absolutely valid, but it's a principle, and could having the woodshed that close to the fence cause a fire hazard? Yes. But I think the reasoning at the last council meeting was valid, is that the thing was in construction. I don't know how difficult it would be to move.
well, maybe we just need to remember this next time, and before when the next variance permits comes in, really look at the fire hazards.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's not that Valemount's gonna burn because this woodshed is a meter from the thing, but at the same
The
time.
rules are there for a reason.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, okay. So with that, I'm totally prepared to be contradictory here, but hope for better policy making by me in the future. And I'm going to move that we authorize staff to prepare and issue development variance permit 0614 to allow for the relaxation of setback requirements to 1 meter on the east side of 1410 Grenfell Place, as per the drawings of the woodshed presented by the applicant, and also advise that in the event that the garage needs to be rebuilt, that we ask that they respect the 2 meter setback, and that we would not be prepared to sort of provide an automatic follow-up relaxation of that piece.
That's good. That's great. I like that. Yeah,
Okay.
I like that.
Good. So, Councillor Bullock, is it to second? All right. All in favor? Okay. Fair enough. Okay, now coming to the contentious matter of street vendor permit 20114. Staff's recommendation is that council authorize the staff recommendations that we authorize them to prepare and issue a street vendor permit to the Funky Goat Eatery with the following conditions. That they're allowed to park at 1200/1214 Fifth Avenue, allowed to connect to the electricity grid, allowed to leave 2 picnic tables and 5 planter boxes at 1200/1215 Fifth Avenue overnight. All the other conditions as stipulated in the street vendor bylaw 713/2014 apply. Moved by me.
And I'll second it.
All right, seconded by Councillor Blanchette, and let's have a conversation, yeah.
I absolutely am in support of this, so it's great. I just have one concern. I know that property is currently for sale. And I know in the recommendation, it's saying valid until May 31st, 2017. What happens if that property is sold by the current owner that has granted the permission, and if a new owner denies it?
So that's a great question. Street vendor bylaw does speak to that. It doesn't need to come back to council so long as the new owner provides a letter of authorization. So we don't have to go through this process again.
Great.
Okay, excellent. So motion on the floor. Any further questions? Totally, it's a great place, so don't be afraid to bring that up.
I think, just to clarify further on your question, though, if the new owner is not in approval, then
It becomes no
he's
longer.
unable to operate out of that location.
And from a staff perspective, I apologize, I need to make a friendly amendment
Sure.
to the,
Well, let's see what it is.
it just, Councillor Salt made a great point that it is only valid to May 31st, 2017. And that wasn't in my written staff recommendation. So it's a 3-year. So at the end of the 3-year window, that's council's opportunity then
Okay.
you would either have to reapply and say, no, do we want to continue to allow this use downtown?
Very nice. Okay, so let's do this
Apologize.
properly. No worries. Councillor Salt, you mentioned that. Would you mind making that amendment? Amendment on the main motion here?
Okay, make the friendly amendment valid until May 31st, 2017.
Okay, great. A second, Councillor Blanchette. So we'll vote on the amendment? Yeah, all in favor? Okay, and then further questions on the amended main motion? Okay, then all in favor? Excellent. Okay. Trucking along here. We're right into councillor reports. Who wants to go? Councillor Bullock. Oh, that's nice.
I have nothing to report.
Okay. Councillor.
You go.
Okay, well, May 17th, I went to the Trans-Canada Yellowhead Highway AGM meeting. It was very good. Very informative for those of us who, I don't know much, but I'm the alternate, so. And then I also went on the Saturday, this last Saturday, I went to the ambulance open house, which was really interesting. They're hiring, so think deep thoughts and see if you'd like to be an ambulance attendant, because we really need some. And I've had quite a few people, and this is just food for thought for everybody to think about over the next little bit. I've had several people come into the library and talk to me about a public sani dump. If it's something that somebody would like to start, or a business, but just constantly over the summer we're asked all the time. So it's something for somebody to think about. And that is it.
Good. Excellent.
Well, I had a very busy, and from what I can tell, a successful Trans-Canada Yellowhead Highway Association annual general meeting and conference here in Valemount. The working group committee will be having a wrap-up meeting on the 5th, and we'll be compiling, we had submitted some surveys at the AGM for the delegates to fill out to give us some feedback on how we did. So looking forward to getting that compilation of results to see hopefully good responses. I did receive nothing but positive ones verbally, so and I think from what I was hearing from people in the public too, that they said it was very well received. And I am now officially also a director on the board of directors for the association. So either I run again this coming term, or I'm an independent member if I want to remain for my 3-year term on that board of directors. So, but it was, I think, a very successful AGM, and a number of resolutions were passed, and I'll provide a full report for on the council agenda, and I know the media are also expecting some interviews as well, so I'll have some details. I just need to get some of those details from the association. And then, oh goodness, I had a teleconference meeting on Thursday the 22nd, and then on the 23rd I attended the CIBC 50th anniversary of this Valemount branch location, and it was a really good turnout. It was interesting to hear feedback from the vice president of, I don't know what his title was, I'm sorry, but
I think it was Northern Territories.
I think so, yeah, but he was very, very impressed with our community, with the outreach of support, and how open everyone was, and came out and showed just support of the community and the branch and everything like that. He said he's never been to a branch like that where he's seen that kind of outpouring, so he was really impressed, and told me that he's passed through Valemount before and has never stayed, and said that after this visit, he intends to come back and stay. So I said, good, please do so. So, and that was also at the Trans-Canada Association. There were a number of delegates that said they were really impressed with how we had presented Valemount and that they'll come back for a visit. So I think we'll get some of the spin-offs we were hoping. And that's it. I'm here tonight.
Great, thank you. I'll have a quick one. On the May 15th was a regional district meeting. And I'm really proud of the regional district that, proud is a strange word, but anyway, yeah, I guess proud, that we managed to get something in place for recycling. It looks like until May 31st next year. That will keep things as they are, steady. So that's a real win. I didn't see that on the horizon, so I'm really glad. It just speaks to the professionalism of the regional district staff and their commitment, and also the commitment of the directors to work together. On the same day, I got to do a tour for the Trans-Canada Yellowhead Highway Association, so I was burning up the highway there, and I really love giving tours. If anybody needs a tour, come talk to me. And I need like 3 hours. Like, it can't be a short one. And the Trans-Canada Yellow Highway Association for me was a great chance to meet people. I met some of the delegates on the tour, but it was also a great chance to have continuing conversations with 4 really important VIPs, I guess. First of all, Chief Rita Matthew was here, and it was great to connect with her and get a sense of, just to continue on in that relationship. MLA and Cabinet Minister Shirley Vaughn was here, which was just totally awesome. A great chance. And to go over the issues in person, however briefly, but it really, she's always out there gunning for us, but it's really important to meet face to face. So that was nice. So it was a great opportunity. Thanks to the Trans-Canada Yellow Highway Association, as well as Alberto Alberti was in town, and it was great to get, again, a sense of how things are going. He was here with Mike Leahy, and representing Valemount Glacier Destinations Limited, and also Craig Dunn was in here for Borealis. So it was great to connect with these folks, and great for our hardworking MLA, the hardest working MLA in the province, to connect up with the proponents of these projects and get a chance to sit in. Okay, 2 other things that have just come to my attention. I just mentioned, not to steal thunder from you guys, but the community forest, on forestry related news, interesting to get that we've heard that the community forest wanted and received the new status of the forest, saying that there's less available timber to harvest. That's really complex, but that's a good thing. Talking to Councillor Bullock, I think, would probably be the best way to get an understanding of that. It was also amazing to get to the 50th anniversary at CIBC, as well as I was the auctioneer for the Legion auction. And I think we raised probably $250,000, I'm pretty sure. It's a lot of stuff.
I thought it was more.
Treasures. And also British Pub Night, which was totally awesome.
Was
great community thing, not really council related.
And I did have that winning ticket, didn't I? I said I did. I waved my arm and there it was.
Yeah. For what? What did you get?
A toolbox.
Beautiful. I went 3 things.
She was stirring it around in the pot saying, okay, I'm going to pick the winning ticket. I said, no, I've got it right here. And she said, oh, you just shut up there. And then she pulled it and there I was. I had the ticket.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're trying to have the shortest council meeting we've had, so I will wrap up I'm going to not say these next 9 things. No, I'm kidding. All right. That's it for my report. Motion to receive the reports. Okay. It's tougher than now when we do that. All in favor of receipt? Great.
New business.
Okay, now into new business. Okay, so we have the new item is, and there's a package in the room for the public pickup. A Canada Day request from the museum, and maybe I'll get staff to do the background. Is everybody familiar with this? Okay. I just want to say, it's always amazed me. I think now, in modern Valemount times, on Canada Day, there are 4 separate Canada Day events. I don't think it's a bad thing. Well, if you include Mount Robson as part of Valemount, which we do, obviously. But there's the, both info centers hold a celebration, which is awesome. The museum holds a great celebration there.
Isn't that the tea?
Yeah. Yeah, and people playing music there, and I mean, it's just totally awesome. And then the village hosts an event down at the Sports Day grounds. We've traditionally, a number of us have applied for grants from the same organization, or at least two of us have.
Just this year, Your Worship.
Just this year, really? Could you set it up for us, where we find ourselves? Yeah.
The village has applied for this grant,
Okay.
which I think has maybe only existed since 2010.
Oh, no, before that. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a long time, even before 2007.
To the best of my knowledge, this is the first year that the Historic Society has applied for it. And perhaps not realizing, and we didn't realize either, that that grant would only be eligible to what sounds like one organization in one location.
Okay.
It's a little bit unclear whether that's one location within our community or one community, but the Historic Society was denied for that grant and has approached the village for some help with their event.
Okay. All right. So, excellent. At any rate, we've received a request from, and it's on your second page of this little handout here, for the event's tent rental and Canada Day cake. And I really appreciated staff's approach to this, and sort of the recommendation, or sort of the thinking that I've sort of seen as we put this on the agenda was, we probably need to work together to make sure we've got, just to tie in, well, maybe all four of our events at somehow, you know, make sure everything runs smoothly and together. But I see the recommendation here from staff is to waive the rental fee for the use of the tent. And I think that that's spot on. We want to make sure we do a lot. There's a lot going on in Canada Day. There's a lot of in-camera, or sorry, not in-camera, but in-camera donations. In-kind donations that happen. It's a full day of festivities, including lots of nonprofit societies getting involved and making this thing worthwhile. But I'm going to move that recommendation that we waive the tent rental fee. Councillor Bullock will second it. And let's have so that's on the floor. Let's have a conversation about this.
It was brought up last year at the tourism meeting as well, why there was so many events and why they didn't coordinate everything together. So that's just my comment, but there was no answers last year either.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think everybody's traditionally done their thing and it's awesome, but
Oh, for sure.
maybe if there's declining funds to do the cakes and everything else, maybe we should, maybe a little bit more of a
Collaborative effort.
Yeah, would be good. I mean, I know our stuff leads on into the evening, so we can do the fireworks stuff, and even, you know, we're almost close to solstice, so I mean, it needs to be pretty late before we do that. So ours is really like tied into the evening, and the museum one's more like right around midday, but hopefully, if we put our heads together and work together, we can come up with something awesome. But for now, that recommendation's on the floor to waive the tent rental. Should we vote on that, baby? Who's in favor? Great. Okay, so that brings us to, I think if I'm not mistaken, the in-camera? Sorry, new business, but that's where we are. Okay, so we've got outstanding council resolutions, but we don't need to, just for information. Calendar of events is there. Oh, the public. Oh, sorry, it's an election year. Wait a sec. Oh, the public get to speak. Oh, dear me. No, okay. So not in jest. Now's the time for public comments. So if you can stand, state your name and address, and we love to hear things related to the agenda.
Paul Johnson, 1123 9th Avenue. I'd like to thank the council for granting, waiving the fee for the tent for Canada Day. I think it's a great whole village event. Second thing, question for Hollie. I missed what you said about a public, something that somebody told you at the library. I didn't understand.
Sandy
what you
dump.
said.
Sandy dump.
Oh, the Sandy dump, sorry, yeah. We just seem to be getting a lot of requests, you know, is there a public one?
Okay. You said it
and-
fast. and I
Okay,
missed
sorry.
it. And-
Yeah, Phil, yeah, sorry.
Okay, that would be a good idea. Okay, thanks.
Great.
Your grant 14081 Howard Road, getting back to Hollie on your sandy dump, I think it's a great idea because it alleviates me having to do mine out in Mount Robson or over at the RV park. They charge a little bit. And public would be great for anybody in the community. I've actually had people ask me just in passing on the trailers, hey, where do I do it? And there's nothing really. So
Yep.
it'd be great.
Thanks, Dave.
Okay. All right. Oh my goodness.
Now the reason 1100 Cypress Road. I just wanted to recognize and congratulate our village on being so bike friendly, because after I've been working in McBride Thursdays, and brought my bike last week, and I didn't find a single bike rack in town, and everywhere I went downtown I was like, had nowhere to even lean my bike out, because I'm even visiting the village and everywhere. And it just made me really thankful that we are so bike friendly, and you even have a bike rack outside here, so we can bike to council and have an space for it. So I'm sorry I never recognized that before, but thank you.
Yes, when's the other shoe gonna drop? Okay, who else wants to speak at public comment? All right, that's good. So let's receive public comment. Councillor Blanchette, Councillor Latimer, all in favor of receipt. And that brings us to notice to proceed in camera.
And for the media's benefit, section 90K, one item.
There you go. All right. Okay. So now they can just sit at home and try to think, now what would that be? What is section K? I used to do it. Yeah. Okay, great. So, Councillor Salt, Councillor Bullock.
Your worship,
Yeah.
before everybody leaves,
Oh, hang on. One more thing.
I just would like everybody to know that last weekend and this coming Saturday as well, there's compost available at the transfer station with free loading. So if you've got a truck and you need some compost, that's compliments of the village and the regional district in partnership. And on June 7th, the village is hosting what's called an electrocycle event. So we'll be accepting any sort of electronic devices, whether they're blow dryers or toasters or coffee makers or vacuum cleaners, those sorts of electronic events to recycle those. So just wanted everyone to know that.
Your worship, I wanted to mention the community conversations coming up. Won't be before the next council meeting.
Okay, community conversations are coming up on June
3rd,
3rd.
6 p.m.
It was gonna be June 1st, but we had to reschedule. Totally kidding. Okay, retake, roll again. It's gonna be held at the Community Hall
6 p.m.
at 6 p.m.
Is the open house.
on June 3rd. 6 p.m. is the open house,
7:30 is the.
and 7:30 is it. You're not gonna be able to use this for television, I'm afraid. Maybe a notice. Okay, good. Sorry. Should we try it again? We'd be here all night. Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.